Hi, and welcome to the 19th video in our Cybersecurity Lab for Beginners series. In the last couple videos, we've taken a look at how to configure Wazuh and how to configure the agents on a Windows host and a Linux host. And we've also seen how to reset our administrator password and how Wazuh can actually detect vulnerabilities and see our software inventory through the IT hygiene. So we know that Wazuh does a really good job at kind of working out of the box as a SIM or SIEM, also does a very good job at vulnerability detection, and again, IT hygiene with that, being able to inventory that software and those browser extensions for us. But one of the things that you're going to notice that it doesn't do out of the box very well is the malware detection. And what Wazuh actually gives you the ability to do, it gives you the ability to integrate with things like VirusTotal to be able to actually do that malware detection. And you can even do actions on that as well. But we are just going to be taking a look today at how to integrate with VirusTotal to be able to get that monitoring. Now you're going to see on my machine here, we have 7 alerts. I've actually had this configured beforehand. I removed all the configurations. So we're going to go through how to configure that VirusTotal integration together from scratch. So this way you guys can have that working as well. And we're just going to be using the VirusTotal free public API key. Now, again, if you want to use this more in a production environment, and we're going to be only doing it for a very specific folder, because of the limitations with the API key. If you want to do this something a little bit more widespread, you're definitely going to have to purchase that premium VirusTotal API key. That's just the way that's going to go, because that free one only lets you do 4 scans or 4 API calls per minute. And I believe it's 500 calls per day and then 1,500 or 15,500 per month. So it is quite limited. So we're going to be taking a look at how to set that up today. So let's go ahead and let's get started, because we have quite a bit to cover. We have some stuff to do on the Wazuh server, and we also have some configurations to do on our Windows agent, which is what we're going to be actually monitoring. You would also have to do these similar changes on any agent that you would want to do that monitoring on. So let's go ahead and let's get started. First off, what we're going to have to do is disable our Windows Defender. This way we're able to download a iCar file, which will actually be detected as malware. This is going to be our testing file. This is often a test file that Microsoft will actually test their Defender to make sure that your Defender is configured properly to catch it. So let's go ahead and let's just look up Defender here. We're going to click on Windows Security, and we're going to click on Virus and Threat Protection, Manage Settings under the Virus and Threat Protection settings. And we are going to turn off the real-time protection. And we're going to click on Yes here. And we are just going to close out of that. Now what we're actually going to go ahead and do is we're going to test that iCar file right now. And we should see this severity, high severity, stay at 7. We should not detect any malware here. Before we actually go ahead and do that, let me just delete a bunch of these old iCars here. And there we are. So let's go ahead and we're going to go to secure.icar.org/icar.com.txt. Now you can actually just go ahead and curl this or invoke web request and download it. But if you just go to this web page very easily, you can right click on it, click on Save As. And we are going to just save it as icar before integration.com. And we are going to save that here. And we are going to notice if we refresh the Wazuh here, we are not going to see that 7 go to an 8. Usually it does happen pretty quickly. So we're going to see it stays as a 7. So we can know that our computer did not detect, and Wazuh did not detect that malware. So what we're going to have to first do is we have to first go ahead and get our VirusTotal API key to be able to integrate that with our Wazuh server. So let's go ahead and let's go to Wazuh, go to virustotal.com, and you're going to get to a page that looks like this. And now on the top right hand side, you might see something that says sign in or sign up, unless you're already signed in. So you're going to go ahead and sign up for a free account, activate that free account. Once you are logged in, you're going to see at the top right here, you're going to see your name and you're going to see an option for API key. You're going to click on that and it's going to be right here. So it's going to be blurred out. I'm leaving it blurred out for the video purposes. You would click on this eye to actually show off that API key, or you can simply click copy key to clipboard and that will let you paste it in. That is the way that I would recommend you putting it in. You can definitely type it one by one into your Ubuntu server when you are actually putting that into the Wazuh config file, but do be aware that kind of leaves you up for the ability to kind of typo that API key, and then troubleshooting does become quite difficult at that point. So let's go ahead. Now that we have that API key, what we're actually going to do is we're going to configure our Wazuh server first. So let's go ahead and let's go into our Wazuh server here. Let me just clear this out here. And let's go. And the first thing that you're going to want to do is be running as root. So what you're going to want to do is do a sudo space su, and that will make you be running as root. You're going to be prompted for your password for your Ubuntu server. You're just going to put that in, and then you're going to be running as root afterwards. We need this because the location of that configuration file does require elevated permissions to go into. And then you're going to type in nano space /var /ossec /etc/ossec.conf. And this is going to bring you into your configuration file for the Wazuh server. Now, what I like to do is I like to put the VirusTotal integration in between global and alerts. And the way that this works, as you could probably tell, it looks very similar to a HTML file or XML file with those tags. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to create a tag called integration, our opening tag of integration. And then we're going to hit enter and go on to the new line. And we're going to do another set of tag here called name. And in name here, we're going to put VirusTotal. And then we're going to close off that name tag here. And then we're going to go on to the new line. And we're going to do a new tag called API_key. Now, for the video purposes, I'm just going to put API key inside. This is where you would actually put your API key. So I'm going to be putting that in while the recording is paused. This way I don't leak that API key, even though I'm using the free one. I just want to keep it as secure as possible. You should never expose your API keys to anyone. Make sure you always keep those secure. And then we're going to close our API key tag here. So API_key. And on the next line, we are going to put a tag called group. And we're going to put that as syscheck. And then we're going to close off that tag. And then one last tag here is going to be alert_format. And we're going to put that as JSON in there. And then we're going to close that tag of alert_format. And then we can go ahead and we can close our integration tag. So now that we have all that done, we can just do Control X, Y, and then hit enter, and that's going to go ahead and save that. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording here and put my actual API key in there. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to have to restart the Wazuh Manager service. All right, so I've put in my key here. So now let's go ahead and let's restart the service. So we can go ahead and just put sudo space systemctl space restart space Wazuh-manager and go ahead and hit enter on there. Now that will take a little bit of time, and actually it seems like we have an error here. So let me just go and double check something here. And I just had one of the slashes in my configuration file facing the wrong way. So let's go ahead and let's do the sudo space systemctl space restart space Wazuh dash manager. So obviously if you have a typo like a slash in the wrong way in one of those closing tags, it will actually output to you that something is wrong. But we can go ahead and fix that. I just didn't want to show that on the screen because once again, my API key is now in there. So now the manager is actually restarted. So what we can actually go ahead and do now on the Wazuh dashboard here, we can click on the little hamburger icon at the top left. In server management, click on settings. And in there will be a section called integrations. If you click on that, you should see your VirusTotal integration. If you don't see it there, please just go back a few minutes there. Make sure that all that is typed in correctly. You will see though in my section, the API key closing tag did have the slash in the wrong direction. That's what was wrong with mine. So just be aware, be sure that you can actually see this. And now the only part that we actually have left is we have to configure our Windows agent. So what we're actually going to want to do here is open up Notepad as administrator because we need to be administrator to modify that agent configuration file. And that agent configuration file, if we click on File, Open, that is going to be in your C drive in Program Files x86, the OS sec agent. And then in there, you're going to have to change your filter from text documents. And let me just move that here so you guys can actually see from text documents to all files here. And we're going to open the ossec.conf. And this is going to be the configuration file of your Windows agent here. And then you're going to see a section called File Integrity Monitoring. This is where we're going to have to put in where we want to monitor those files. And you're going to see a syscheck and then a disabled. You're going to want to make sure inside the disabled tag says no, because we don't want it to be disabled. And then down here, you're going to see a bunch of different directories. Now, this is where we're actually going to add our downloads directory. So we're going to copy this example here that we have with the start menu. You should have that one as well, as it is just a default one. We're going to paste that in here. And then within the tags, what we're going to put is we're going to put C:\/ users / jacked programmer. Programmer, and then downloads. What we want to do is we want to be able to copy this and paste that into a file explorer. Make sure that we are getting to the proper spot here. Now we want to make it specific because if you make this too wide, you're going to have errors on your API key because you don't have enough to kind of do a whole users section, because you're probably going to have a lot of things being scanned because of the app data and all those little profiles that will actually be triggering those scans through VirusTotal. But let's go ahead and let's just put the C users jacked programmer downloads in there. We're going to hit save. Now what we actually need to do is open up the services on your Windows host here, and you're going to see the Wazuh service. We're going to go ahead and we're going to restart that service. Once that service is restarted, we're going to wait a little bit here. We're just going to refresh our Wazuh dashboard, make sure that everything is still good. We still see 7. So now what we can go ahead and do is we can go back to that iCar website here, right click, hit save as, and we're going to save that as iCar-YouTube here. And let's go ahead and let's hit save. That's going to download that file. And now in our Wazuh dashboard, let's go ahead and let's just hit refresh a couple times. And we should see that number go from 7 to 8. And there it is. So we have 8 alerts now. So if we click on that 8, we will see that at 2:32 here, which we can see the time, it is 2:33. We got that alert on the iCarYouTube.com. And if you actually expand that out, you will actually see the agent IP. So we have the machine that that alert got triggered on. We also have a bunch of VirusTotal information here. So you will see the VirusTotal permalink. And if we actually just right click on that and click open link in new tab, you will actually see that that brings you to that file or that hash in VirusTotal, and you can get a lot more information from here as well. But even just on the Wazuh, it'll tell you how many positives were found. It will give you all the hashes that it has for that file. So we can see the MD5 hash, the SHA-1 hash as well. And you could just see a bunch of different information as well on that hash. So that is how you can integrate your Wazuh with VirusTotal to make your malware detection a bit better. Now, again, this is only going to be on the downloads folder for our one user. And again, this is more because of the limitations with the API keys, but you could definitely just put that on the C:\users. Just be aware you're going to need that premium key if you do something like that, because it will probably trigger quite a bit of alerts, and your API key at that point will be kind of useless because of the limitations of the 4 per minute and the 500 per hour. So just be aware of that. There are also a lot of documentation on the Wazuh website. You can use wildcards in there as well, especially on the Windows agent and the Linux agents as well. So that is something to be aware of, that you can really configure that to how you want to monitor these endpoints. And then what I would do is I would push those out probably by script or using Ansible or something to make sure that all of your agents are being monitored the same way. This way you can make sure that you have accurate detections for malware. There are a lot of other integrations that we can do with VirusTotal that we're going to be seeing on the next couple videos as well, before we actually explore that patch management. As we mentioned in the last video, when we saw all those vulnerabilities, we said that we would look at patch management. So those videos are still coming, but because so many people wanted more Wazuh content and how to do certain configurations, we are exploring the Wazuh a little bit more, which I think is very, very useful, especially because out of the box, if you don't know how to configure some of these things and you think that they are just on, they are not. So you do have to do a little bit of work. Again, this is a free open source security platform, so you do need to provide a little bit of work to actually fully get that configured. And even with a paid solution, some of these things you still have to configure as well. And this is what all these videos are about, is for getting you guys set up in your home lab and be able to practice with a lot of these tools that are just production ready and industry standards. If you have anything that you guys would like me to see and like me to do a video on, please let me know in the comment section down below, and I will do my best to do every single one of them for you guys. Hopefully you guys liked this video, and if you guys did like this video, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and also be sure to hit that notification bell to be notified when that next video comes out, and I will see you guys on the next video.